Good day, liberators and fellow citizens. I have to jump on the bandwagon too, because we have totally gone bonkers. There's this narrative out there that South Africa is going to start to expropriate white-owned farms left, right, and center without compensation. And this is a narrative that a guy with a strawberry hat has actually introduced to us, and everyone is talking about him constantly on social media and making him relevant. I'm specifically not mentioning his name, because when you mention his name, you actually make this person relevant. But when I refer to a strawberry hat, you'll know who I'm talking about. But the fact of the matter is that that guy has actually made a fool of especially the white Afrikaans speaking people in South Africa. And unfortunately, someone like Donald Trump has jumped on the wagon as well. And he has effectively made a fool of himself. And people are making waves. Yes, Donald Trump is on our side. But if you actually realize what is going on, and I'm going to just quickly clarify this, let me hear in the comments what your opinion about the expropriation of land in South Africa is. Listen to what I've got to say. Please have your view. Go and have. I want to know how you feel about the issue about expropriation, because it does appear that people are not aware that land expropriation has been on our law books since 1652, when there was white settlers in South Africa. So it has been law from the beginning. The state always had the right to expropriate land. The Expropriation Act of 1975, which the new 2024 Expropriation Act has actually repealed and replaced. The 1975 Act made provision for expropriation, and the minister was not obliged to even make an offer for your land. He could just decide with just a thumbs up, I want your land, without any reason for that, and you had to give the land to the state. Yes, at compensation. My family in Naboomspruit, my family farm there, was expropriated by the government for next to nothing. Really, at a fraction of the cost, and that was during so-called segregation apartheid years. When that happened, that farm, white farm, was expropriated by the National Party government to build the N1 highway through it. So we only my family that stayed there just got a fraction of the worth of the farm then already. No complaints about that. So the Expropriation Act of 1975, that actually expropriated land from white farmers then already during the segregation years, and was meant to expropriate land of black people then, that's of no concern. No one is talking about that. If the ANC, and I'm not boosting them in any way, but if the ANC really wanted to expropriate land without compensation, they could have done it under the Expropriation Act of 1975. The current one, 2024, not that I'm talking good about land expropriation, but the fact of the matter, it has been part of our law books from the very beginning. This act has got several additional safeguards that has been put in place. For example, if the government wants to expropriate your land, they first have to investigate, they have to inquire, they have to give reasons why they want to do it. Under the 1975 Act, they could just decide without any reasons to do it. Why the ANC was not so, they were stupid not to have used that act for the white farm expropriation without compensation that everyone is making a fuss now about. They could have done that, and they were stupid, really. They could have done it since 1994 when they got into power, but they never did that. Strange, isn't it? But the people are complaining about this much better version of the Expropriation Act than what it used to be. And then only as a last resort, when someone is really doesn't want to give the land to the government, then they can say, we're not going to pay you any compensation. But then still, you can go and challenge it in court. And the chances that any farm or any property will be expropriated without any compensation, according to me, it's my opinion, is between 0 and nothing. There are just too many safeguards in the Expropriation Act of 2024, much better than the one it replaced of 1975. Go and read them, people. You haven't read them. You haven't put the Expropriation Act of 1975 and compared it to the 2024 one. Have you done that? If you have not, please go and Google or DuckDuckGo, whatever. Go and get those two acts, compare them to one another. And yes, it does. The last one makes provision for without compensation only under certain last resort circumstances. And even then, you've got an opportunity to fight it. People, hopefully this will also go viral, just like all the several others, speaking plainly bull and spreading lies about the expropriation. Hopefully people will share this one, because it is important for people to know the existence and that land expropriation has been with us it's not something that Strawberry Hat and the ANC invented recently. It has been on the books for time memorial. Sorry for the slip of the tongue. But the fact of the matter is that we accept the narrative because it's comfortable. And so the moment when there's someone saying that land of the white farmers are going to be expropriated without compensation, nowhere in the Act does it say so. It's a narrative that has been pushed. Strawberry Hat wanted to make you angry, and you fell for it. He has won. Strawberry Hat has conquered you. That is what has happened, because you fell for the trap that he has set for you. He wanted you to make racial slurs against him and other black people. He succeeded in doing that because of the fact that you've accepted the narrative because it was comfortable. You've accepted that the ANC is of such a nature that they will expropriate white farms specifically. They could have done that from the very beginning, and they haven't. So stop believing narratives. Narratives are being pushed to put straps for you to fall in so that you can be the one that is the fool at the end of the day, which has actually happened. And then someone intelligent like Donald Trump fell for that too. Wow, Strawberry Hat is quite good, I must say. I don't like the guy at all, but he's good. Really, you must admit that. Thank you very much for your support. Have a nice day. God bless. Until the next time.
Liberty Fighters Network.
Liberty Fighters Network.